What do I love the most about practicing mindfulness? Well, I love everything about it. Stephanie here from Reclaim Yourself. So one of the things that mindfulness teaches us is that the most critical part of practicing mindfulness is being fully present, aware of where you are, what you're doing, and also how you're feeling. It's really about noticing all of that as often as possible. Because as you begin doing that, as you begin practicing being in the present moment, you are by default or naturally being more self-aware. And self-awareness is something that we all need to cultivate to be better leaders, better parents, better partners, etc. Now, I try to connect with nature as much as I possible to help me. Particularly in the spring, summer, and fall months, I sit outside every single day in my favorite spot and just notice. In the winter, I do it in the comfort of my own home because admittedly, I don't like being cold. I find it really hard to be outside in the winter. But I do go for nature walks, and I'll often go outside just to bring the dog for a good old-fashioned pooch walk. But here's the thing, when I am outside, or even just sitting outside looking outside, I spend a lot of time thinking. And actually, sorry, not thinking, noticing is what I meant to say. I spend a lot of time noticing what's around me, noticing the sounds, noticing the weather, noticing the particulars of nature, what I like about nature. I observe my flowers and my plants and trees and the animals, all of that. But most importantly, I notice my thoughts and how they're making me feel. We spend so much time thinking and overthinking and ruminating, and we don't even notice half the time that we're doing it. So let alone noticing how these thoughts are making us feel. And that's mostly because we are stuck in this autopilot mode where we just keep living the same thing day in and day out, thinking the same thing day in and we create these habits that are not necessarily self-serving. And as far as I'm concerned, living on autopilot is not healthy. So it is really incredibly important to just sit and notice. Notice what's on your mind. What are you thinking about? Where are your thoughts going? Where are your thoughts bringing you? And then notice how that makes you feel. What are the feelings associated with these thoughts? And then why? Why are those feelings coming up for you? What is it about those thoughts that are causing these feelings? And then finally, where are you feeling it in your body? The one thing that we are so disconnected from is understanding how our body is impacted by the thoughts that we're having. Happiness is a full body experience, whereas anxiety tends to be sacral and pelvic area sensory. Like that's where we tend to feel it. It's really just about noticing where in your body, because when you become more familiar with how those feelings are affecting your body, our bodies are often our first clue to help us understand how we're feeling. So as you tune into that more and more and more and more, you're going to start noticing, oh, my neck is really tense. I'm stressed, right? You're making those connections a lot faster. And this is the best part. Notice what that small, still voice inside of you is telling you to do about it. This is the part that we don't engage in enough, right? So it's a simple contemplation exercise that can really bring you into the present moment, because when you are assessing yourself right now in the moment, you have a better idea of what's next for you. And the more you do it, the more you do it. So the next thing you know, you're finding yourself naturally doing these regular self-check scans, especially when you're feeling stressed or upset or whatever it is, that feeling that you're struggling to get through, overwhelmed, whatever. The more you do it, the more you do it. So give it a try and let me know how you do. Bye for now.